Hi, hello, hi. Today I'm going to be working on a mega collab I'm actually starting. It's kind of like a joke level. I don't know, I watched a YouTube short by Lemon Cake or something of another You've Been Trolled thing, the like 50 billionth one. And then the idea popped into my head, what if I make a top 1 memory level that's actually decently decorated and everything to the You've Been Trolled song? So today, that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing. I asked on Twitter just kind of offhandedly as a joke, like, hey, anyone wanna help me with this? And I got a lot of responses. The collab is now filled, by the way, apologies, but yeah, some of the parts are looking really cool so far, and I think the way I want to preview all of these parts is through YouTube Shorts. So if you see just like a bunch of YouTube Shorts of this level, that's why. It's a perfect way to preview them. Let's be real, there's no other way. Anyway, so this is the level so far.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told.
Yeah, so that's the gameplay that I've got here for the first part. The parts are very short because the song's like literally 30 seconds long, so it's kind of hard to like make them not short. Before I get into the deco, please consider dashing right into that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. All right, anyway, on with the decoration. Okay, so I kind of want to start off with a black background here, and I want to like pulse it to the normal blue that you start off with, which I just got rid of. Hang on. Solution, new level background, copy the color. Okay, we got it. And I want to kind of paste that. Yes, that works. Paste that into a pulse, make that the background, and kind of like a 0.5 fade out. Yeah, those first jumps are stupid. They're like so dumb, but I love them for that. Okay, and then for the rest of this, I kind of want to like continue the 1.0 blocks going down. So it'll start off being like very simple, but then I want to go into actual like decoration after that. Okay, so now for this part, I kind of want to go into something a little bit more colorful maybe. Colorful, change the background color to a gray. I want it to be like mostly gray, but with a couple colorful accents. That's kind of what I'm aiming for here. So what I kind of want to do to start off here is I do like color 5. And then just have that like slowly go around the color wheel like so. So then it'll go to yellow, then it'll go to green, just all around the color wheel here, just to try and make like a hue changing type thing, right? So now if I put a platform, which is what I want to do next, a platform here, make this color 5 like so, we should see that. Yeah, something like that, except I want it to be a little bit quicker maybe. From there, what I kind of want to do is maybe put like the rest of an outline going to the ground, and then maybe I can build out this structure a little bit, something like this. Okay, so then I'm tempted to use like these. I'm going to go onto a new layer for this and use like these kind of a block here. And these should be color 1, so I'll make color 1 like a darker with blending on. And then I want to go ahead and go to layer 2 and then maybe put like a bit of glow on all of those. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try and make this like as decent as I possibly can, but yeah, that's not gonna be easy. Okay, something like this, sure. And remember, this is meant to be a memory level, so I gotta like do some sort of thing to make this as memory as possible. So maybe what I can do, instead of just doing normal spikes here, I put like some invisible spikes like this, so it looks like you almost want to land on that. That spike sticking off the edge slightly, it's fine. Oh, what if? Oh my god, okay, so what my plan is here, I want that to be the final timing, but what I'll do is I'll move this by 1 when you get to here, so ease in out, and then I'll do 0.2 maybe, so it'll be done by the time you get there, but it's gonna like shift slightly, which is kind of evil, but it's fine, and I've just realized that I'm not using the right groups that I should be using. Yeah. That's like the dumbest thing ever, bro. Okay, what I actually kind of want to do for this section, maybe, is just have like these invisible spike type deal, and then kind of select this. Just do that. Okay, 52. And then 52, once you get to it, is going to toggle off. So 52, I've seen levels do this, and they do it really smoothly. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. All right, then I went ahead and replaced these placeholder blocks with the outlines and started to put in a couple of these little platforms in the tops of the blocks. I decided that I kind of liked it the most with just kind of putting them in sparingly, not just necessarily across the top of all the blocks, but kind of half in a way. And then I had a kind of a funny idea. I kind of want to have it so it looks like what happens is that you land on a platform up here when you go out of like the dash orb. That's what I want to make it look like, but you actually like die if you go up here. That's, oh my god. If you're anything like me, you do your sight reading based on like what the gameplay looks like in a way, right? So you don't actually like look at the orb that you're clicking, you look at the gameplay. Next, yeah, I don't know. I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay. This, however, does go completely off screen. So what I might do is shift these boundaries up and then just give this a group 53 and then shift that down by 1 with a move trigger, because that doesn't actually move the hitbox of the thing. So I can just do this, set that to 0. So now you can see the boundaries are like slightly higher. Oh my god, I got 4 bytes! Honestly, tempted to do the same thing that I'm doing for everything else, but for the ground. Just make it super colorful. That's, oh my god, that's so good! Okay, cool, cool. From here, it was just kind of extending the same block design I already made to the other structures in this ball part. Except for this last structure here. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, but it's fine. And from there, I made probably the most simple spike design that has ever been created, but then decided I wasn't really super happy with how it looked right now, and I figured it would come to life with a few pulses. So I decided to start work on some pulses. I started off with just a couple basic background pulses, bringing in some color when it goes a bit brighter. And just as a side note, I didn't realize, but look how perfectly synced the disabling of these invisible objects are. Yeah, it's kind of sad you're not going to get to see that in normal mode because it's meant to be like smooth or whatever, but I don't know. I just thought that was a funny detail I accidentally did. Yeah, anyway, back to the pulses. On top of the background pulses, I also made the blocks pulse a little bit brighter in between those background pulses in time with the lyrics. That is not what I expected to happen. Why is my speed hack on 3 times speed? Hello? Oh, what I could do is do like the Rob Top effect where it like goes down and it's like, brrr. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I spent like so long trying to find what Rob Top effect I was talking about, and this is the closest I could find to it. Yeah, I thought he did it all the time, but honestly, I couldn't find many examples of where it like goes down like that. I don't know. Because the hitbox of these stupid glow pieces is so dumb and painful, this is gonna take a while. Okay, oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna pulse group 55 to like a bright red. And then I can do this, 56, and do this, 57, like that. And then maybe flip them for this one here. Okay, so from here I was a little bit lazy with it because I didn't really want to do pulses that go all the way down that top structure that you only see for like a tiny second. So I put a giant black screen here with some glow on the edge that just moves away right as you can't see the top part, because I figured that was a little bit better than having to make the pulses go all the way up. I think that would have looked weird anyway, right? Then I went ahead and changed the background pulses to actually match with the blocks because the colors were a bit conflicting there. From there, I tried to make the transition from the 1.0 styled slope into the actual decoed bit a little bit more smooth and a little bit more better. A little bit more better. Yeah, a little bit more better. You know what? I'm sticking with it. And so yeah, after those little polishing bits, those little adjustments, this is what the part's looking like so far.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told.
Okay, so that's what we've got so far, which I think isn't bad, especially with the pulses. The pulses help a lot. Okay, I've just had a really, really, really good background idea. Well, good is a very subjective term. There's something off about this, but I don't know what it is. I think that's looking a lot more proportional, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this just like slowly panning down as you play through the level. It's not gonna be easy to see because most of it, especially in this part here, is gonna be covered up by block design, but like it'll be just slightly noticeable. Now, will it look weird if I round this out with slopes or not? Okay, yeah, something like this. And then what I wanna do is give this a new color, so color 20, I guess. I'm gonna copy the color of 17 here, which will make it like all rainbow and stuff, but I want it to be a lot darker and less saturated. So I'm gonna put the brightness right the way down. Okay, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. But it needs to have the pulses of the background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to copy paste and I'm going to make this a new color, which will copy the color of the background with blending and a lot less brightness. Okay, so from here, I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, so I added these slopes in just to kind of make it a little bit more textured. And I think that turned out quite nice, but if you go ahead and play the part...
Yes, you probably...
Okay, well, if you play the part properly, you'll see that you can't actually see it at all. So it's time to add the movements. I made it move so it's just like, you know, any normal custom background, but I also wanted to make it slowly move downwards as well. And you can see that here. Pretty basic, not much to it, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And if you focus on it, if you look at it, you might be able to tell it's an Among Us. Yeah, but then I realized it was kind of empty towards the end, so I actually went ahead and copy pasted the structure and put it to the top right, just so it kind of fills in the part a little bit more for a little bit longer, right? And after giving them a transition in and out, this is the final result of the background.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told.
Alright, now it's detail time. I started by adding a little bit of glow up the top. The copies are constantly hue changing color, but a lot less bright and a little bit less saturated as well. And honestly, I feel like this added so much to the structures. It's actually insane how far just a little bit of glow can go.
You've been trolled, yes, you've
Yeah, look at that. That's so good. Okay. Then I decided I wanted to try and add some rotating objects in the foreground. So I tried a couple things that didn't really work. Then I added these little, I don't know what to call them, but these little rotating objects here. But I ended up getting rid of the pinwheel because I felt like it looked a little bit goofy, not gonna lie. And that is the end of small little detail mode. So I think what this needs next is kind of some foreground elements. I don't know what that foreground element would be though. I don't know, man. I don't know. What I kind of think would be neat is if I get like these pulsing squares here, make them black and then T3, just absolutely on top of everything. And then what I'll do is I'll scale these up a little bit and then just kind of rotate them and place them around randomly. So let me enable free move here and then just kind of... Not how I thought that would turn out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, no. Yeah, the big ones are the go. The big ones are the go. Okay, make these 7. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Okay. I think that's really, really good. And then what I can do from there is I can actually copy paste these, shift these down by Z order layer and kind of shift that up by a couple. So that's like pulsing colors. I think that could be really, really neat. Something like that. Yes! Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, I really, really like that actually. And then I can have that like come down from the ceiling as well. Yeah, so I was starting to become really, really happy with how this part is turning out. So I adjusted a couple things and that included, unfortunately, removing the rainbow ground. It was good while it lasted, but I feel like it just doesn't really fit in the level anymore. Too much color. So I just made it black along with the line being black as well. Then I tried to make the transition into it a little bit smoother by adding these blocks down the bottom, but it still doesn't look perfect. Don't worry, it's something I'll fix later on. Then I wanted to try having like almost a pillar of them coming through the middle, then that'll help kind of obscure some of the gameplay, especially considering this is meant to be a memory part, right? I haven't really been focusing much on the memory aspect of it, unfortunately. But then I decided to get rid of that just for one simple reason. That obscures a nearly frame perfect, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so now it's time to move on to the next part. I'm gonna power through this a little bit because most of it is fairly similar. I'll just kind of try to highlight the differences. So first off, it was just the structuring. I had to first of all replace all of these default blocks with just regular outlines, and I tried to make it look a little bit more maze-like with some more interesting structures. Also, by the way, while I'm doing this, I want to see if you can recognize what the hell I am proking here, I guess? I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. My brain goes to weird places while I'm recording these videos. Anyway, what if... Oh my god, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Bro, I'm an actual genius. Oh my god, name more of a genius than I am. Okay. Anyway, after I reached my intellectual peak, I went ahead and just filled in the structures with the same type of blocks that I had in the previous part. Then it was time to find a way to try and incorporate these kind of slab designs into the slopes, because the current slabs, they're not going to work in the slopes. I tried recreating it and then rotating it, but that kind of looked really goofy. So I ended up using these little things that I don't think I've ever actually used before. And you know what? They look really, really cool. So I went ahead and I just kind of put those across the tops of all of the structures. Then it was time for the glow. I needed to add the glow that goes on top of every single block within the block design, which was fairly easy for the middle of the structures, but for the slopes, it was kind of difficult. I ended up deciding on putting 2 corner globe pieces like this and then rotating it by 45, and that fit perfectly and just made it look so much better than just not having glow on those slopes at all. Then after putting all of those in, I decided that I'd just do one of the normal pieces of glow on the steeper slopes, and from there I just copy pasted the glow at the top of the structures into this next part as well. Alright, then it was time for the pulses. I decided that I didn't really want to continue the same pulse style that I had in the previous part with it kind of going down, so I decided to do pulses structure by structure, kind of trying to sync with the music. I had 4 different groups that I kind of alternate between with each of the different structures, and each of the bits of the music that I wanted to have a pulse on, I just have different colors for each of the different groups per beat, I guess. And while this did take a while, I feel like it would have taken significantly longer had we done the same style pulses from the previous part, and I also feel like it wouldn't have fit as well. Yeah. But yeah, after doing the pulses, here is the part so far.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told.
Alright, we're on the home stretch now, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's basically just mostly final touches and continuing stuff that we had from the previous part. First thing of which was the foreground bit. I continued it along the top and the bottom and decided that I wanted it to go through the middle throughout this wave part a little bit. I tried to not have any blind clicks per se, but a couple of them were kind of blind, and this first click here is completely blind. But don't worry, it's only 2 times speed, so it's basically like this click from Ethereal Artifice, but completely blind. A bit evil, but you know, it's fine. And from there, it was just a case of extending this top black box all the way across here, chucking them on Don't Fade, Don't Enter because they look a bit dumb if they don't have it, and just trying to kind of copy paste the objects a bunch to try and fill in some of the gaps because there were a lot of gaps. And from there, it was finally time to work on the transition into the part again. I experimented with making it shift down, but I realized towards the left, it still cut off really quickly, so I actually extended it to the left and made it only appear once you get to the part. And that worked out pretty well. So I ended up actually doing the same for the bottom as well. Okay, so a couple things that I still need to change. That being this block here, I don't know why I'd never like actually decorated that. So I'm gonna select this, select this. Then I'm just gonna copy paste that, flip it over and chuck it on top of there. And then I'll go ahead and just flip that over and just have that floating maybe. And it's only for 1 orb, so you know, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm just gonna do this, make that 17, so it's like color changing. I think one last thing that I kind of want to do is let's go to a new layer here. And I kind of want to do some pillars going behind. So what I might do is maybe even try and do like the Woolsey rotating thing. And let's go to 67. And then I'm just going to copy paste this and shift it up like so. And you can kind of see that there, but what I'm going to do is rotate it. So what group did I give these? 67. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's weird, but it's cool. And then so I can kind of just copy paste these around the place like so. What I'm really tempted to do here is do like an AOD reference for this dashboard, because that's kind of why I made it. It was meant to be like Abyss of Darkness. This is like Scoop and Circles, but this is like Abyss of Darkness. So I kind of want to do that. I think that would be really funny. This took a while and the video's getting long, so let me summarize. I of course looked at a video of AOD to try and see what the effect looks like. And then I went ahead and did the thing where the screen darkens for everything except for like that bit of glow in the middle, which I did with just a basic bunch of blocks put together, laid above everything that turns partially black. And after realizing that my layering was very off and fixing that, I started adding the glow in here. For some reason I thought it just lasted the duration of the dashboard, but it actually goes to the end of the screen. But don't worry, I'll fix that eventually. And by eventually I mean right now. I extended the glow to the end of the screen, then added these little tiny bits of glow in here, which are white blending, which really sold the effect. And then from there I just added these little specks of glow just to add to it a little bit, add to the AOD effect. And from there, the effect was just about done. Yeah, I told you I could summarize this quickly.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told.
Yes. Boom. So now let's put a block transition or 2. Yeah, I think that's cool. Alright. Well, you know what? I've been doing this for around about 3 hours now. These building videos are taking like 3 hours now each. Either way, I'm really happy with how this part turned out in the end, and I'm going to do a final showcase where I'm going to have to record a new bot.
You've been trolled, yes, you've probably been told. don't reply.
And there it is, boom. There is the showcase. Very short part, but you know what? It's fine. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it's kind of neat. And yeah, let me know what you think. I might be making some adjustments, so if you see it and it's slightly different in the final version or in the like previews or whatever, and that would be why, because you know, I'll get some feedback on it, see if there's anything like glaring that I can improve, and yeah, just kind of improve on things a little bit. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Anyway, for now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode off here. I really hope you enjoyed it. And so yeah, that was me kind of trying my best. I know I'm not the best builder in the world. My levels aren't, you know, the best things that have ever been made. And you know, I'm still not very good at executing my ideas or, you know, having reasonable ideas for building. But you know what? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I feel like I've improved a hell of a lot in the past year or so. And yeah, either way, thank you for following me on this journey. Anyway, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you later.